What's going on, guys? Tyler here, and today we are talking about the 4 steps that you should take before you even start designing your Elementor website. These 4 steps are going to actually help the process of you creating your website and help everything flow a lot better. Like I said, guys, my name is Tyler, and thank you so much for watching today's video. If you find today's video helpful, be sure and drop a like and smash that nice red looking subscribe button. Join the family. I would really appreciate it. We're growing nice and big, so thank you guys again for your support. Let's go ahead and talk about these 4 steps. All right, so step number 1 is probably expected, and that would be upgrade to Elementor Pro. Before you even start designing your website or do anything like that, Elementor Pro has so many awesome features, and the design of your website is going to be so much better. I wish I would have upgraded right when I first started designing my website rather than upgrading later through the process, because I had so much opportunity to use Elementor Pro elements and widgets and stuff like that during the design process that I later had to go back and add in and kind of tweak and make things fit here and there. So I wish I would have upgraded to Elementor Pro before the whole process began. It just would have given me a much better opportunity to really graphically design out how I wanted my website to be. So number 1 is upgrade to Elementor Pro. And if you're interested, the link down below in the description will get you Elementor Pro, so be sure and check out that link right down below in the description and see what kind of price you can get for Elementor Pro. Number 2, and this is going to be a big one, that whether you're designing a website with Elementor, with any kind of builder or anything like that, even if you're coding out the website yourself from scratch, be sure and have some kind of plan and template for how you want your website to be. Websites can range everything from like YouTube, where there's like hundreds of millions, if not billions, of video pages, like separate video pages hosting tons of comments, to down to like a single page just about a business page. So you really got to decide where you fit in and what kind of website you want and the information that you need to convey to your customers or to the people visiting your website. If I run a small business, or I'm designing for a client that maybe runs a small to mid-sized business, these are the pages that I'm typically going to suggest or typically going to add to a website. Now, I'm going to leave this text up here for a second. You can go ahead and pause the video and write these out for yourself, but basically you want to have some kind of plan. So grab a pen and paper, start designing out what pages you're going to need, and then what other pages you might see yourself having in the future. And these right here are the suggested pages that maybe not every website needs. Maybe it doesn't really make sense for just a manufacturing company to have a blog page, but you might see some of these in different websites, like maybe a personal brand or something like that. So these are some other options that are not so essential as the other ones, but they you see them here and there. So if you're wrapping up with step 2, you should have, for the most part, a plan of how your website is going to look and kind of be laid out, and more importantly, what pages you're going to have on your website. That's very, very important. You're also going to want to note what you will need in the menu. Are you going to need your home page in the menu, your about page, maybe your contact us page, or is the contact us going to be down below in the footer? Once you have all your pages kind of laid out, start creating your headers, your menus, and your footers. And that's just as simple as creating a bullet list. You can just go ahead and put header, I need the about page, the home page, and the contact us page. And then in the footer, I need my social media links and the blog page right there. And just like that, you have pretty much the skeleton of your website totally created for you. Now, if you're a returning subscriber, you may have seen my other videos. Thank you, by the way, for coming back and watching these videos. But you may have seen my other videos about Elementor 3.0. Now, with Elementor 3.0, we're going to have what's called global styles. So basically, we're going to have global colors and global typography. This is going to help you design a website from scratch very, very easily. Now, the first part of step number 3 is knowing your market. If you're a manufacturing company, let's say, know your colors and know what your competitors' websites look like. Are they using really bold, outstanding colors, or are they using more colors that create confidence and solidity? If you're a photographer, check out other websites. Are you finding websites that are really bright and colorful, or are you finding websites that are more dark and moody and the photos are maybe the only things popping off the page? So look to your competitors and see what kind of color schemes and what kind of fonts they're using, and kind of get the overall feel of what their website is like, and if you like that and are going to adapt that to your website. One thing I always recommend is if you're looking at much bigger companies that have probably spent, tons and tons of money on marketing, on design, on just overall psychology of how people are using their site and everything like that, they might have a little bit of an advantage over you. So be sure and kind of stick to what they have learned and what you can learn from their website. All right, the second half of step number 3 is to actually start designing your website. What you're going to want to do is go ahead and set up your global styles. Set your global colors in Elementor. Set your global typography in Elementor. So everything is set up before you even start designing your first page. Trust me, if you do this, designing will be so much easier. When you go ahead and drag in a new title, it'll already be formatted exactly like how you want it. Now, do be aware that if you make any kind of individual customizations to any of the elements, it could cause that to kind of alter things. So if you go ahead and change your global settings, it might not alter that individual customization that you've made. So just be a little, wary and kind of know where you're making these individual customizations. Because let's say you design everything in the Railway font and then, you don't love it, so you go over to like the Quicksand font and maybe, individual customizations didn't get updated. Like I said, guys, this is all with the power of Elementor 3.0. It's seriously going to be an amazing tool, and it's coming out in just about a week or 2 is what their ETA is. So be sure and get ready to use the full potential of Elementor 3.0. All right, guys, so that brings us to our last step. Once you have Elementor Pro, you have set up the skeleton of how your website is going to be, all the pages that you're going to need, and step 3, all the stylization, all of the colors, the typography, you've done your research, you know your market, all of that is set up. Then it's time to actually start designing your website. And step 4 is know Elementor, know how to use it, and things will flow so much easier. Honestly, Elementor is an amazing tool, and it's not super hard to learn. If you guys are interested in learning Elementor or learning how to use it a little bit better, a little bit more efficiently, or need a little bit of help, check on my other videos. I have a ton of other videos all about this, even videos like this intersection video, which not a ton of people have seen, but there is some amazing customizations that you can do with these intersections. So be sure and check out this video. There are just tons and tons of opportunities out there, so be sure and check out my videos if you need any help with that, and drop a comment if you have a question. Be sure and drop a comment down below. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you use these 4 steps, honestly, I just firmly believe that your design process from start to finish of this website should be seamless and very, very efficient. So thank you guys so much. Be sure and smash that nice red looking subscribe button if you haven't already, and check out the links down below if you are interested in Elementor Pro. It really is just a phenomenal plugin, and I think you'll really, really enjoy it. All right, guys, until next time, thanks.